Me. Okay, it seems to be working. Hey everybody, it's Sean here with Micro Budget Film Lab, and today it's kind of festival season for me and my film, so I'm talking to some film festival programmers, not necessarily anything to do with me. Actually, I think I have two interviews lined up with people who are not programming my film, so this is an exercise in masochism. But
taking the nose, man. Listen, you got to take the nose.
So today I'm talking to Anthony Pedone, who is the founder and executive director of the Victoria, Texas Independent Film Festival, which is an awesome film festival. You guys have been around 7 years now. I went there with my first film. I was on the jury. Love it there. It's so great. So I really am excited to talk to you and to spread the word about VTXIFF. So I almost forgot the last F.
Man, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, you've been quite a contributor. You've given great quotes to Movie Maker magazine about us. You've written an article that and highlighted your time here, and we appreciated that effort on your part, and all the work you do behind the scenes with the festival, with through programming through the last few years. Your relationship with us is very similar to the other relationships we try to cultivate through the festival. Just filmmakers collaborating and having a creative hub here in Texas to stay in contact with.
Yeah, I want to talk about that because that's one of the cool things about Victoria is that there is a real sense of community there. People come, it's a small town festival. People come back every year. And it's not just the festival, it also is this kind of laboratory of like crazy shit that builds upon itself like this satanic snowball.
It is. It's brought a lot of people together.
Mm. I mean, was that your original conception when you started the film festival? Like, what were you thinking?
Well, I mean, when you're making a film festival, you have to bring people together. I think it's something that happened, because of, that there was a festival. That, I think it happened on its own. I think you put creative people together, and that it begins to incubate, and they meet, in these like places and under like circumstances, and celebrating each other, and there's you're having drinks and networking and making friends and making plans, and everybody's kind of on the same playing field there. And so I don't know. I think that really just helped to engender that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I don't think I was like, what I should do is
your
set up
master plan.
Get together and make more stuff. No. I think it just happened because we made the festival, and you bring people together, and when they get together, then they take advantage of those relationships.
Yeah, totally.
Or they end up trashed, and they fly home early on Sunday.
Just
like, hey, where'd you go? And they're like,
just slip out of town.
In so many ways, man. It can go so many ways.
Yeah.
The phone calls at 4 a.m.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? To organize a festival with very little money and without a huge team of people behind you, of full timers and stuff. Like it's a lot of love and a lot of volunteer labor has gone into it. I know. I mean, I just see I look at the bags under your eyes right now, and
oh my God, dude, it's brutal. There's like.
I mean, you're what? You're like 22 years old this year, right? I mean,
16.
16. You're going.
16 years old. Look at me. I'm dying. Nah, I'm 48, man. 48. So that's that's what that is right there.
Earned all those.
So, but you know what, man? I really love watching these new filmmakers. The bad and the good and the amazing. You run across some real gems programming, and I get to see them all that come through ours. So it's nice, and there's a little bit of wiggle room for curating and picking up good films that hit the major fest before us. We're at a good place time wise and obscure enough that it doesn't mess up their national release, and it does a little goodwill pump to the local community. we end up with some decent films.
Yeah. I've seen some good films roll through.
Yeah, we really try to program and care. And it's there. You say, no full-time people, and we don't have any full-time people. I mean, me and Jake are working on it. But there's people like yourself and Elizabeth and Christine for years was curating short films for us, and Xavier, and man, there's been so much help throughout time. So there has been this super great buy-in, and then of past filmmakers coming back to help program. So I think it's the network's building itself because of the situation.
Oh, and that's a good segue into talking about that. One of the cool things about Victoria is that it's not just a film festival. There's more to it than that. Like, not only do you bring people in for the festival and show awesome movies, you've also, you created the Film Exchange as a way to bring filmmakers back to make their damn movies in your town.
Yeah. Prior to starting the festival, Elizabeth and I had originally pitched an idea that we were requesting hotel occupancy funds from the city of Victoria to incentivize local filmmaking. And we wanted to use that money to make our film Roundball that we shot in Victoria for $30,000. And they turned down that idea, and so we came back with a festival idea because that was more in line with what they were accustomed to financing, or what they felt fit the parameters that the tax dollars were that the parameters required to get that tax money from an arts organization. The structure of a festival fit way better, in their opinion, than incentivizing film. But later down the line, the hotel occupancy fund became a huge part of the $90 million film incentive package in Austin that incentivized Texas film and television for 2 years. So it actually did work out. But anyway, we were asked to come back with a festival proposal. We did a festival proposal. We were granted money, and that just kind of really gave us a boost up that first year to get started.
Mm-hmm. And now you've had some alumni of the festival come back and actually shoot their movies with gear that you've had donated and stuff to the Film Exchange.
We had over $500,000 of film equipment given to us by a man named Robert Hewitt Jr. And through his massive philanthropic giving, in addition to that, the O'Connor and Hewitt Foundation funds our office space, all of our gear, and year round. I mean, they're an incredible piece of our success, and the gear has, from the time we've got it, we've made it available to filmmakers in over a dozen projects for absolutely nothing, through grant programs with the David Fetzer Ross Foundation for Emerging Artists, through Film Exchange, through the Crossroads Award program at the Victoria, Texas Independent Film Festival. We've incentivized over a dozen films with that gear, and had films at Sundance, the Austin Film Festival. Just finished a film with the Slam Dance kid, Bobby Putka.
Oh, I was just going to mention him. That first, I saw his film a couple years ago. It was awesome.
Dude,
his first film.
Matt is so good. It's so good. And he's got a new one called We Used to Know Each Other. He's a Victoria Fest money winner, the Crossroads Award. He's got a great new feature. So we've, from the gate, I think our mission has always been to make movies here in Victoria. When people come here, they're like, man, Victoria is like a little back lot, that is kind of timeless. We have one side of the street is Victorian homes, and right across the street from that is, Moo Moo's Chicken from 1958. And it's still just like this little orange and black fried chicken place. And it's right in the neighborhood where the historic homes are. And then you have the Tasty Freeze or the Dairy Treat. You have all these, it looks like 1950, it looks like 1970, and you just have all this access here locally with, the municipalities are so open to allowing you access to hospitals, to the sheriff's office, to jails, there's car clubs around here that donate old cars to be used in the films to help it with period pieces. There's just so much, good will here and support for independent voices. It's really been incredible how it's been able to unfold here. But it's the seed is getting this gear and the place to keep it, the place to kind of home base and organize the shipping of the gear to different locations, or producing and having like office space to produce out of when films come back to shoot here. All that's a lot of value built in.
Mm-hmm. So maybe talk a bit about the Crossroads Awards, which is one of the awards given at the film festival, and that is specifically to take an alumni of the film festival and bring them back to shoot a movie. So maybe expand on that a little bit.
It's had a few incarnations, depending on funding each year and how we can be most effective. Because that award needs to be more than us just giving the gear. It's also us taking that project and really being able to help push it over the finish line. And we've given that award to 6 people. First year it was just an award. Hey, Miller Brothers. Pillow was a fantastic film, just an incredible short, and we just felt like it kind of spawned the award. And so then the next year we had funding of $85,000. It was a huge year for funding, and we wanted to give cash back to filmmakers, so we broke up $5,000 and gave. And we had, at that point, we had 6 festivals we were working with, and it was this whole tiered process that kind of converged at RXSM, and there was 18 films there that were competing for the Crossroads Award. 3 would win: 1 short, 1 feature, 1 doc, and so it just keeping that all strung together over the years was like there was no monetary reward for it, and it was a massive amount of file sharing and sharing documents, and with 6 different festivals that were all struggling like we were. But we made a real go at it, and it was to try to like give the Crossroads Award winner a place to come back and screen again at all the festivals. Was ultimately what we were trying to do, and it worked multiple times. But it was just a shit ton of work and collaboration between people who were all juggling multiple jobs, and it just became a lot. You have to look out for your market. But anyway. So after that, we did that for several years. We broke up $5,000, and then the year Bobby was there, we were just like, we're giving it to one person, because it's just so much better to incentivize one person instead of this multi-tiered process. Empower one person each year. And so we gave the $5,000 to Bobby for we used to know each other. We changed it because our funding went down, and it was like, man, we don't have like the surplus funding to kind of help all those projects like we could if we just put all of our eggs in one basket on one film. Mm-hmm. And so we're doing that now each year, and taking a film like his and trying to do their second feature, or if it's a short, their first feature.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
So that's one way we're trying to incentivize people, and then once they're here, they have access to the gear, to the office space. I can help negotiate with the city on locations, and we have a catering spot, restaurant, screening venue. We've got some built-in entertainment for them, and there's also a 12-room hotel that's $40 per night. And it's a historic hotel. I think you may have stayed in it before, the Spirit Inn.
Oh, yeah. I've stayed in the Spirit Inn.
So it's a 12-room, 3-story historic hotel that Bonnie and Clyde stayed in when it was out on Seadrift Road, the highway by Seadrift. It had burned down partially, and then John and Judy Clegg bought it for $1 and moved it onto their cattle ranch and have totally restored it. And it's phenomenal. And so usually film crews will stay there, $40 per night, and they all have their own, rooms and bathrooms. There's some community bathroom, but there's also rooms with bathrooms. It's a really cool experience. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and you see a bunch of stars and hear a bunch of weird noises at night.
Yeah. I remember staying there with, oh my God, what's his name from Arkansas, the sound man.
Oh, Dwight.
Dwight, and
Yeah.
we were sitting drinking beer, and he was like, I hear some frogs. I gotta go record those
He,
frogs.
he, he has such an extensive library of songs or sounds from Spirit Inn. He'll tell you he was like recording footsteps, doorknobs, doors creaking. He went insane in there. He went
Yeah,
insane in there. Yeah, he's got quite the library for that place. He would stay out there all day. People would come to town and he would stay there and record.
yeah. He
Awesome
was,
dude.
he's
And
totally,
he's come back and worked on multiple productions here. Guy's just like so much, such a huge network, and the hub that's created here has been fantastic. It
yeah,
really
yeah,
has.
yeah. No,
And
it's a real gem.
yeah, it's been a slow burn. It's been relatively easy to pull off each year. Not too much gray, just a little, but it's super rewarding, man. And you meet great people, and you bring great people to the community, and there are people it affects deeply, and that message me all the time. They're like, "Oh, is John and Lulu Adams coming back? Oh, where's Lisa? Whatever happened to Christine? Why doesn't Jane Weedland come anymore?"
Mhm.
People have come and come years and years in a row, and people continue to make that commitment. So, I mean, this last year, uh, Zy Magnus, he had his short film here, and in 6 months was back shooting a feature. We wrapped before the year ended, same year.
Wow.
It's just it is a magical place, and I'm not just saying that to get you here. It's cool shit happens. Rutger said it. Rutger's like, this is where good shit happens.
Yeah, Rutger Hauer. If you can't
Rutger,
trust Rutger Hauer,
dude, what a mensch, dude. That guy was so awesome. What a guy. What a guy.
yeah. And so people can still submit this year. The deadline's coming up right in the end of January.
Yeah, you can, but it's like I think February's, or I mean, I think the deadline. I mean, I think we announced mid-February,
Yeah.
so you got to hurry, and it's like $65. You know what? Use the free 2018 code, all lowercase free, 2018. Shotgun me. Somebody already did. Just blow it up.
You're,
Let's see.
man,
Let's see. Let's gauge reach. Free. The gates are open.
holy crap! You are a glutton for punishment, man.
I've been blasting through films all day and every hour that Kelly's at work.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
week, long week, so I'm powering through another 100 shorts.
yeah. Wow. Well, and I should say, because people will ask me, I'll get emails and they'll be like, well, why aren't you in the festival this year? And I should say, if your film has fucking in the title,
Because this year we're doing a bunch of throwback shit, man. We have so many films taking up space that should be going to indie filmmakers, but we're trying to grab a bunch of shorts to compensate that. We're doing Love in a 45 and bringing Cardi Talkington down to do Q&A on that. We're doing Fight Club because Jim Ools, the screenwriter for Fight Club, will be here. We're doing a divisive cinema deal with two films, the Refn film, Neon Demon, and I Heart Huckabees, and trying to arrange Skype with Refn. And a guy, Matt Wilder, wants to do a deal with somebody from IndieWire. We're trying to coordinate this, like a talk afterwards. And then we're doing John Adams' film, The Hatred, An American in Texas. And there's one, remember that kid Connor Williams? The bug-eyed kid. He did a movie called it was The Breakfast Club.
yeah, totally. I totally remember that. Yeah, we're friends on Facebook.
Dude, he is so good, man. He's in a new movie called Reach and Rat, but the movie Reach and Rat is like another stoner teenage movie, and it's like every movie we have is like that. Love in a 45 is like fucking Natural Born Killers, or vice versa. Fight Club is, like renegade fucking punching people. It just feels, I don't know, I hate to not program it though. The kid's so good in it. He's about to be a badass. Mm-hmm. He's had like so many close calls. He was walking through wardrobe for Glow, and then they pulled him because he didn't have SAG. He wasn't SAG yet. They recast him on the way to wardrobe. To be the pizza guy.
Fuck.
The girl's love interest. Yes. Can you imagine the fucking like? Oh fuck. How does that? I mean, the worst. That's such a kick in the nuts. Poor
Yeah,
guy.
that's brutal. That's brutal.
No, but I really like him, and he's really good. I don't know, but there's so many good shorts, so that's why your film didn't get in. And because fucking your
Well,
way back up, sex worker films this year in Victoria, Texas, and the year that our senator or whatever his name is was paying off. So, yeah, we're not trying to talk about that shit down here right now. That's regular conversation. We're trying to talk about other shit.
yeah, yeah. Well, I didn't submit. I thought, I don't know. There's something about a sex worker inserting a chess piece in the anus of a bishop
Like
that's maybe just not going to fly in
it's
Victoria.
it's a hard sell for me to the community to stand up there and be like, so this year, this is this is the conversation. Uh, like I said, really, it's about all the like retrospective shit we're doing. We're starting a new award this year, the Epic Texan Award, and Cardi Talkington's going to win it. And I'm going to start trying to find each year just outrageous fucking people that got their due or didn't get their due or want their due or whatever, and give them an award and have a party for them and a forum for them to get up there and talk shit and say how they feel and be honored for the shit they've made. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to find some old punk rock dudes like Tim Kerr. I'm going to call Barry Corbin. I want him to be an epic Texan.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to do that this year, and that's our new thing.
And what's so now? When you look ahead to the next few years, next 5 years, or I don't know. Maybe you can't. Maybe you're just like so.
I'll be dead by then. Totally be dead by then. Head will explode, heart attack, stroke out the neck.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Fuck, 5 years. I hope to, finish writing a new script. I hope to produce half a dozen features by then. A couple more docs, some more steady work with Blowback would be rad. Can I be a co-producer on another TV show, please? Oh, that's nice income. That was my oil field blip. Like most of these guys around here in Texas, they have the oil field. They go out in the oil field, make a bunch of money. My blip's up, so my focus this year is just getting an American in Texas out, having a good premiere of that here to honor the investors that have invested in the community through filmmaking here, and through the money investors that have invested in American in Texas, and give them a nice premiere and try to get people out to the festival that way. Mm-hmm. I mean, Roundball sold out. It was like one of our biggest screenings ever at a festival, and I think that Victoria really comes out to support the films that are shot here. So I want to try and recapture that. I want that. I want to see that again. I want to see that community buy in again, and I think that people here do recognize how important filmmaking is to our community.
Mm-hmm.
It's a major cultural event for us.
Yeah, yeah. No, you can feel it when you're in town for sure. It's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Okay, awesome. Well, I don't want to keep you all day long because you got about 3,000 short films to watch.
Yeah, I do, but it's all good. I'm excited. I'm digging it.
That's super cool.
Shorts have been. I mean, I'm very satisfying watching the caliber of the shorts. It's been very satisfying. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, films you get, the 2-hour features where they're like, "Hey, overlook that it's 2 hours," and it just. But when you're watching a dozen of them, it's hard to overlook that. It's rough. But you gotta, as a filmmaker, you gotta make your movie too. But you gotta question: is it that long?
Yes.
I don't know. You didn't ask for that information, but it's something that I've really enjoyed about the short films is that people's use of the time to convey what could it's nice to see the ones and go that's a feature. That could be a feature.
Yeah. Well, it's a different kind of storytelling. There's different rules, and you can't just kind of transpose one for the other. It's a real set. It's a real skill set. It's different to make a good short than it is to make a good feature.
Yeah, it is.
In so many ways.
Yeah, it is. I think that's why there's so many that frequently come by. Is because it's exponentially easier. I'm positive of that. Positive of that.
Yeah. That's why I only make features, because I like to suffer.
You want people to hate you.
Yeah.
You want the burn.
Spreading the hate.
Yeah.
Hate me. Put it all on me.
We've got to keep making the film. Yeah. Third week, you just want to kill everybody on set.
Third week. Wow, you do better than me, man. I'm usually like third.
Oh yeah, no, first 2 weeks are golden, and then the third week is kind of like, you did what? You start to get those attitudes, and then by fourth week it's a rally. It's like, you know what? Fuck that shit. Let's just do this.
Yeah, push through. Yeah. I totally get that. Cool. Well, I'll let you go. And it's been so awesome talking to you. And
yeah, it's always good to talk to you too, man. Hey, come out and get a hamburger in Victoria when you're here, everybody. Rosebud 102 South Main.
Yeah, because you don't do enough. Anthony doesn't do enough. He owns a restaurant, the Rosebud.
Yeah, come and get a hamburger.
I haven't eaten one of your hamburgers yet. I feel like there's a hole. There's a hole in my heart.
Yeah, no, though, you wait till you eat one of my hamburgers. There'll be a hole in your heart. It'll be the worst. You're going to go home. It's going to be the worst breakup ever. You got to ask yourself, are you ready for that kind of heartbreak? Because I can't ship it to Spain.
No. Well, you could, but I wouldn't eat it by the time I got here.
Yeah, that would probably you'd be impacted with that if you ate that many days in.
Yeah, I think it would end badly. It would end badly. All right, man.
God, the veins in my forehead make me crazy looking. They just pop out when I laugh. I look like a fucking demon.
It sort of works.
You should superimpose Daffy Duck's head over my face when you release this.
It's I'll find some cartoon character. I don't know if it'll be Daffy Duck yet.
Make it as humiliating as possible, please.
Okay, I'll make a note of that. Okay, so I hope people will submit through this, and yeah, I'm looking forward.
We're on Film Freeway, or you can just get it VTXIFF.com, VTX like Victoria, Texas,